Hello students. So in the previous class we discussed elementary operations on a matrix or transformation of a matrix. So there are three operations we discussed. First operation is what we can interchange any row and with other row, or second one or column. Ci interchange with Cj means I and j column can interchange, I and j row can be interchanged. And second operation is any row can be multiplied by a non-zero number k. And third, or you can use it, Ci is replaced by k Ci. And in third operation, any row can be can operate like this: Ri plus k Rj. Addition of ith row and jth row, which is multiplied by a non-zero number k, or Ci equal to Ci plus k Cj. Okay, k the ith column and jth column adding, where jth column is multiplied by a constant k, non-zero number. Okay, so we will use here in this class how to find while finding the inverse of a matrix by using elementary operation. Probably this is the 3 marks question. Other than that, so possibly they will ask this question. So let us look for this at the early stage. That means for the first 2 questions you won't get the clear idea, but if you are practicing more, then only you will get the idea about the finding the inverse of a matrix using elementary operation. Okay, I hope you will get the clear idea after practicing 5 to 6 problems. If you are not solving, if you are not practicing problems related to inverse of a matrix, you won't get the clear idea. Just observe, just look for that. By, he may ask the question like this: by using elementary operations, find the inverse of a matrix A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what? Given matrix, we have to find the matrix A inverse of the matrix by using elementary operations. By using elementary operations means either you can use row operation or you can use a column operation, but I will use most of the time. First, if you are understanding the only one operation, you will come to know the other operation later. That's why I am using only row operation. Now, if you are practicing more, you will come to know the column operation method. Let us look for that, how we have to find. Just look at this. We have to find the A inverse. Just observe. We should write A is equal to I into A, isn't it? In the previous classes so far, I discussed identity matrix into A matrix is nothing but A. I said, just remember, I into B, B into I is nothing but a B. C into I into C is equal to C. A into I into A is also A. So like that, we know the property A is nothing but I into A. So now what I will do, just keep this A matrix. A matrix is what? 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to 1, 0, 0, 1. Identity matrix. And A as it is, I will keep this as it is. So here, what I will write, A is equal to I into A. We know the property. So 1, 2, 3, 4, here identity, this keep as it is till the last. So main point is that we have to use either row operation or column operation. But any one operation till the end. If you start row operation, you have to end with row operation. Don't use column operation. Just observe. So what I will do, I have to convert this into identity matrix. We know that what is inverse? AB is equal to BA is equal to I. Or AB is equal to I means A is the inverse of B or B is the inverse of A. So what I will do, I will make use of this matrix, convert it into identity. This use identity. this must looks like a identity. So with this one, for making this step, the very important point I will give, first make this one element, next make the below 0 1, make this element 1 and next 0. After that this is 1, after that this is 0. This is the first step, this is the second step, this is the third step, this is the fourth step. You will come to know very clearly. Just observe. This I will make it 1. I have to make it is 0. I have to make it is 1. I have to make it is 0. Observe 1. Next this is 0. Next this is 1. This is a 0. I have to make. First step I have to make it is 1. It is already there. If it is already there, leave it. First step is over. If it is not, we will solve it next problem. If it is not, just observe. I have to make this element 0. Below 1. Below 1 what is there here? 3. Okay, I have to make 3 0. How I will take the step? Look at this. It is in R1 or R2? It is in R2, it is in R1. So 3 is in R2, so R2 must change. R2 must change. R2 is replaced by R2 minus 3 R1. Minus or plus can make use by using the operation Ri replaced by Ri plus Krj. This is the operation I have used here. K value is minus 3. Why I have chosen this operation? Just important. This is a 3. 3 have to be 0. 3 have to be 0. 3 means I have to subtract 3 here. So I will multiply 3 to this R1. 3 into R1. Subtract. So if you want to know this, you have to practice 5 to 6 problems. But just observe, you will get the idea later. Okay, I hope you will get it later. If it is 4, what I will take? R2 minus 4 R1. Just keep the point. If it is 10, what I will take? R2 minus 10 R1. If it is 5, what I have to do? R2 minus 5 R1. If it is minus 5, or you can take. If it is minus 3, what happens? R2 plus 3 R1. If it is minus 2, R2 plus 2 R1. Okay, we will come to know that point very clearly. We now come to this point. This is R2, just keep this point, this is R1. Okay, R2 changed, R1 not changed. R1 key factors. Okay, 1 and 2. R2 changed. How R2 changed? R2 is changed with what operation? I will use a rough idea here. R2 minus 3 R1. R2 minus 3 R1. It is replaced. R2 value is what? 3. Minus 3. R1 corresponding to that. 3 above is what? 1. So what happens? This becomes 0. This element is 0. That's why I have taken that operation. That's why I have taken operation. Next, 3 is over 0. R2. This is the 4th. 4 is R2 minus 3 R1 corresponding to 4. Which element it is? 2. So 4 minus 6 minus 2. Keep this minus 2. Okay? I am telling you repeatedly, you won't get the clear idea. Just observe it. Okay? If I am solving 2 to 3 problems, you will get the idea. Same operation, here only you have to apply. Here also, here also. Both sides you have to apply. R1 not changed. R1 key factors. R2, how it is changed? R2 minus 3 R1. R2 it is 0 minus 3 R1 corresponding to 0. R1 is what? 1. So 0 minus 3 minus 3. Next, R2 is 1 minus 3 into R1. 1 minus 3 into 0. 1 minus 0, it is 1. I'm sorry. Minus 3 I have to write here. This is minus 3. This is a 1. Okay. This is a 0 minus 3 into 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 into 0, 1. This is the idea. Just keep the point. Keep observing. Okay. Don't try it. Later we can observe. Next, what is operation? 1 is 1. Next, below that it becomes 0. I have to make this 1. I have to make this 1. Isn't it? I have to make this 1. So it is in the position of R2 or R1. It is in row R2. R2 I will make it is 1 by using the operation minus 1 by 2 R2. Minus 1 by 2 R2. Minus into minus plus. 2 by 2 becomes 1. What suppose if it is 4? If I am making it is 4 means R2 1 by 4 R2. Or if you take minus R2 by 2. You can take no problem. If it is 4, R2 by 4. If it is 10, R2 by 10. If it is 5, R2 by 5. If it is minus 3, minus R2 by 3. How to make it is 1? Just observe. So apply the operation here. 1, 2 as it is. After how it is replaced like this. Minus 1 by 2 into 0, 0. Minus 1 by 2 into minus 2, 1. Same operation here you have to apply. 1, 0 as it is. Minus 1 by 2 into minus 3 plus 3 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 into 1 minus 1 by 2. This I have to write compulsory. Don't point. Minus 1. Now what I will do? I have to make 1 0 over 1 it is over. Next what I will do? I have to do 2 becomes 0. 2 have to be 0. 2 have to be 0 means it is in the position of R1 or R2. It is in R1. So observe R1 must change. R1 must change. Like this in the first operation, observe 3 has to be 0. R2 minus 3 R1. Here 2 has to be 0. R1 minus 2 R1. R1 minus 2 R1. Just observe the point R1 minus 2 R1. If suppose this is a 4, R1 minus 4 R1. Sorry, R1 minus 4 R1. It is 5, R1 minus 4, 5 R2. Like this. Okay? Same operation. R1 minus, this is what? 2 R2. Sorry. Okay? Apply the formula here. Apply the operation. R1 changing. R1 how it will change? Roughly you can write it like this. R1 minus 2 R1. R1 it is what? R1 it is 1. Minus 2. R2 is what? Below corresponding to that 0. So 1 minus 2 into 0. 1 minus 0 becomes 1. This 1. This is a 2. R1 it is 2 minus 2 R2. Below that it is 1. So 2 minus 2 becomes 0. This element is 0. And next R2 not changed, keep as it is. R2 not changed, keep as it is. Next, this is R1 changed. R1 how it is changed? R1 minus 2 R2. R2 below that is corresponding what? 3 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. 1 minus 3 becomes minus 2. 1 minus 3 becomes minus 2. Next, R1 is 0 minus 2. R2 is what? Minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. Minus into minus plus 1. So this is 1. And next, this is a keep as it is. 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. This is a A matrix. Okay? This is the idea how to find the inverse of a matrix. Just observe 1 0. Observe 1 0 1 0. This is nothing but what? Identity matrix. If it is I, it is one matrix into is I. That means A into B equal to I means inverse of A is this is the matrix. By using the definition, therefore, what happened? A inverse is equal to this is the A inverse minus 2 1 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So if it is not a A inverse, just I will confirm the point. I will practice how to check it. Okay, A inverse how to check it. Observe the point. If you multiply this matrix into given matrix, you must get A. A is what? 1 2 3 4. This is what? Inverse minus 2 1 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. What happened? Your answer must be identity. If it is not identity, I did something wrong. Okay, let us look at it. 1 into minus 2, 2 into 3 by 2 plus 3, 1 into 1, 1. This is what? Minus 2 gets cancelled, minus 1. 3 into minus 2, minus 6. 4 into 3, 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are. This is 6. 3 into 1, 3. This is a minus. Yes, we got 1 0 0 1. Yes, you can make it use of that. your answer, if you make these two product, you must get identity. Then it is correct. No need to solve in the examination, just for practice purpose I did it. Okay? No need to solve it. Just observe the point. You won't get this problem at first problem only. You won't get clear idea. I am repeating the point because just little bit confusion is there. I will make use of some more problems. You will get the clear idea. This is the A inverse. If you are observing the point, the inverse of the matrix is the answer, and your question, if you multiply, you must get identity. If you are not getting identity, something we did wrong somewhere. Okay? Observe the point. We will go for next question. I will make use of some other problems. Just observe. I will change it a little bit. I will make it as 1, no problem. Later we can discuss if it is not 1, what to do. Okay? 1, 3, minus 2, 5. If it is like this. Okay? Let us look at this. Same thing we have to do. What is that? What is that? We have first step. What I have to write? A is equal to I into A. Okay? First thing, you write A matrix. 1, 3, minus 2, 5. This is identity. Keep as it is 1, 0, 0, 1. I said this is in the last step. Till the last step, you have to write 2. Now come to the point. First step, what I skips? 1, next below that 0, next next 1, next this is 0. Okay? 1, 0, 1, 0. This first step, second step, third step, fourth step. 1, 0, 1, 0. So this is 1, okay, no problem. If it is not 1, I will solve it, don't worry. We will observe that. First, understand the concept. If it is 1, okay, leave it. Next, this is what? This is what? Minus 2. I have to make it is 1. So, R2. It is an R2. R2 must change. Okay? Minus 2 plus 3. It is equal to 1. So, that's why I will multiply 3 here and add it. So, what happened? R2 replaced by R2 plus 3R1. R2 plus 3R1. R2 replaced by R2 plus 3R1. Okay. If it is a 5, what happened? R2 minus this is a 0. I'm sorry. This is wrong because I am making it is 1. I'm sorry. So this is has to be 0. 0 means minus 2 has to be 0 means R2 replaced by R2 plus 2R1 minus 2 plus 2. So if it is 3, R2 minus 3R. If it is 5, R2 minus 5R. If it is minus 2, R2 plus 2R. Okay? Just don't make it confused. I did a little bit wrong. Now what happened? 1, 3. R1 not changed. R2 how did it change? You can make use of that the point I will write here R2 replaced by R2 plus 2R. R2 plus 2R. R2 is 1 minus 2 plus 2 R1 is what? 1. Minus 2 plus 2 0. So this is 0. For that purpose only I have taken. Next R2 is 5. 2 R1 is above that is 3. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 5 11. This answer is 11. Same operation here you have to apply 1 0 0 1. I'm sorry. 1 0 R1 change. R1 not change. Keep as it is. R2 change. How it is changed? R2 plus 2 R1. R2 is a 0 plus 2 R1 above that. R1 is what? 1. 0 plus 2 2. Next 1 plus 2 into 0. It becomes 1. This is the operation, we did it. Now what happened? This is 1, this is 0. This has to make what? 1. So I said in the last problem, R2 must change. R2 replaced by R2 by 11. If you divide it 11, what happens? It becomes 1. If it is 10, R2 by 10. If it is 5, R2 by 5. If it is minus 5, R2 by minus 5. Okay? Now, apply the operation here. R1 not changed. So, 0 by 11, 0. 11 by 11, 1. Next, here operation 1, 0. R2 by 11, 2 by 11. This is 1 by 11. Okay, this one compulsory you have to write. Next, what happened? 1, 0, 1. This has to be 0. Which element? 3. Which position? R1. R1 must change. R1 replaced by minus. This is the R2. 3 R2. If it is 4, R1 minus 4 R2. If it is 10, R1 minus 10 R2. So this one, R1 what happened? 1, you can make use of R1 minus 3 R2. R1 is what? You don't write it. R1 is 1 minus 3, R2 is 0. So it is 1 only. That's why you turn 1. Next, R1, 3 minus 3 R2. R2 is 1. So 3 minus 3 becomes 0. R1 changed. R1 not changed. R2 not changed. We keep as it is. R2 as it is. R1 how it is changed? R1 is 1 minus 3 R2. Below that 2 by 11. Simplify it. LCM. 11 is LCM. 11 minus 6. 11 minus 6 5. This answer is 5 by 11. Next. R2 R1 0 minus 3 R2. Below that it is 1 by 11. So it becomes minus 3 by 11. 2 by 11, R2 not change, 1 by 11. Into A. We got the identity matrix. Therefore, inverse of A is this answer. A inverse is equal to 5 by 11 minus 3 by 11, 2 by 11, 1 by 11. This is the answer. If you want to confirm, make it A inverse the given matrix multiply, you will get identity. Okay? I hope you will get it a little bit. Not exactly, you will confirm by using only two problems you can't understand that point. You will make use of these things again and again. Just observe. We will take one more example. Two, 5, 1, 6. 4. Easy purpose. Making is easy. I have taken 4. I can take 3. Easier. That's why I have taken. No problem, whatever. Just observe A matrix what? 2, 5, 1, 3. Identity is what? 1, 0, 0, 1. A matrix as it is. Okay? Now what I have finished. Those steps we have to remember again and again. I have to make use of 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay? This has to be 1. Okay? There are two options. Has to be 1. This 1, next 0, next 1, next 0. Okay? 1, 0, 1, 0. This has to be 1. So there are 3 operations I will write. So which is the better, easiest way we can use. I will first operation, I will use R1 interchange with R2. Right here, R1, R2 right here. That means what happened? 1, 3, 2, 5. Is it okay? I don't want to complete it now first. This is the easiest way. You can make use of another way. R1 replaced by R1 minus R2. 2 minus 1. What happened? 2 minus 1, 1. 5 minus 3, 2. 1. This is 1. Second way to make it is 1. Another way, this is you should not use properly. R1 replaced by 1 by 2 R2. R1. R1 multiplied by 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1, 1. 1 by 2 into 5, 5 by 2. This is, make it is 1. Okay? Use proper way. So I will make use of first easiest way is one R1 interchange with R2. That is the first operation, elementary operation in the previous class we discussed. So what I will write here, make 1 it is 3, shift R2 here, R1 here. Here also same thing, 0, 1, 1, 0. Here you have to write R2, here you have to write R1, interchange. Next, this step is over. Second step, you have to make it below that 0. Which element has to be 0? 2 has to be 0. 2 has to be 0. 2 it is in which position? In R2. I will write here better. R2 must change. R2 must change. R2, you can predict the answer. 2 R1. If it is 3, R2 minus 3 R1. I am repeatedly saying that if it is 10, R2 minus 10 R1. Like that. So apply the property here. Operation 1 and 3. R1 not change. Have to change. So make use of some rough calculation. R2 minus 2 R1. R2 is 2 minus 2 R1. Above that it is 1. So it becomes 0. So this is element 0. What I need to find. Next, R2 is 5 minus 2 R1. Above that it is 3. So 5 minus 6 is minus 1. 5 minus 6 is minus 1. Okay. Next, keep R1 as it is here. R1 not change. R2 change. R2 minus 2 R1. R2 is 1 minus 2. R1 is above that 0. So 1 minus 2, 1 minus 0, 1. This is 1. Next 0 minus 2. R1 is 1. Above that R1 is what? 1. So it is what? Minus 2. So this is minus 2. Into it. So what happened? Now I have to make use of 1, 0. This has to be 1. R2 replaced by minus 1 by 1. Minus R2. Whatever it is. 5 divided by 5. 10 divided by 10. If it is minus 1, dividing by minus 1 or multiplying by minus 1. So what happened? R1 not changed. R2 changed. Minus into 0, 0. Minus into minus plus 1. Keep here the step. 0, 1, minus 1 into 1, minus 1, minus into minus plus 2. So we got 1, 0, 1. What next? This has to be 0. It is in R1 or R2? R1. R1 replaced by R1 minus 3. It is means R1 minus 3 R2. If it is 10, R1 minus 10 R2. If it is 5, R1 minus 5 R2. If it is minus 3, R1 plus 3 R2. Minus means plus, plus means minus. Opposite side. 3 R2. Next, R1 change. Make use of better of calculation. Better. If you are not getting, just use like this. R1 minus 3 R2. Roughly, first you try it. R1 is 1 minus 3 R2. R2 is 0. So it is 1 only. This is 1. R1 is 3 minus 3 R2. R2 is 1. 3 minus 3 0. Next, what happened? R1 is 0 minus 3 R2. Sorry, I should not change R1. Only change. I'm sorry. Here you have to make the operation. R1 change. R1 it is 0 minus 3 R2. R2 is what? 0 below minus 1. Minus into minus plus 3. It is what? 3. It is 3. Next, R1 is 1 minus 3 R2 below that. So minus 5. Okay, so this is minus 5. This keep as it is. We got identity. Therefore, finally, what we have to write? A inverse is what? 3 minus 5 minus 1. 3 minus 5 minus 1. Correct. Okay? If you are practicing, if you are willing to know, is it correct or not? What I have to do? Multiply A inverse into A. Once again, you will get identity matrix. That's why we will say that that is the inverse. Okay? And we will discuss the problems. More practice, you will get the idea. Okay? Okay, next question, same way, we will discuss find the matrix of inverse of a matrix 3, 5, minus 1, 2. Or make it is 1. Better. 3 plus 5. randomly you can choose any element. I will rewrite it. 1 it is replaced. 4 instead of that 4 1 2 5. It is okay, no problem, whatever. Instead of minus I will write it now. Okay, no problem. Next problem we will discuss solution. We have A is equal to I first step. Okay, A matrix is 1 4 1 2 5. This is 1 0 0 1 into A. Okay, first step what I have to do? I have to make 4 it is 1. Okay, 4 2 both are even. We can't take if it is 3. So look at this, just observe. If it is 3, what I will do? If it is 3, not it is 3. Now if it is 3, what happen? I will do R1 minus R2. 4 minus 3 becomes 1. I will use if it is 3. But what happen if it is 2? So both are equal. We can't use proper way. That's why what I will do, R1 replaced by R1 by 4. R1 by 4. Okay, concentrate. R1 by 4 is 1. Okay. So if in the first step you are getting a fraction, it becomes a little bit complicated. It becomes a maximum calculation, simple calculation which we need to do. So 4, this is R1 by 4. 4 by 4, 1. 4, 1 by 4. R2 not changed. Just observe. R1 only. Here R1 changed. 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 0, 0. 0, 1. R2 not changed. Next step. This is what? 2. 2 has to be what? 1, next 0, next 1, next 0. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. 1, 0, 1, 0. This has to be what? 0. So normal operation, what I have to do? R2 replaced by R2 minus 2R1. R2 minus 2R1. R2 minus 2R1. Just carefully. R2 minus 2R1. R1 not changed. 1 1 by 4. R2 changed. 2 minus 2 into 1. It is equal to what? 0. That's why I have taken that operation. Next, 5. R2 is 5 minus 2 R1. R1 above the 5 is what? 1 by 4. So it is simplified. LCM is 4. 5 4s are 20. 20 minus 2. 18 by 4. LCM 4 5s are 20. 20 minus 2 18. 2 9. 9 by 2. This is what? 9 by 2. Next, this is what? R1 not changed. Keep as R2 changed. R2 how it is changed? 0 minus 2 into R1. Above it is what? 1 by 4. Make simplification. 2 into 4. 2 by 4. 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 4. Of course, you have to write minus 1 by 2. Next, R2. R2 is 1. Minus 2 R1. 2 R1 above that is 0. So 1 minus 0, 1. This is 1. This is 8. 1 0. This has to be next step 1. It is in the position of R2. R2 has to be 9 by 2 is this. R2 is 9 by 2 has to be 1. Means 2 by 9 R2. If it is 3 by 4, 4 by 3. If it is 10 by 5, 5 by 10. If it is 6 by 5, 5 by 6. Like this. Okay. Next, 1 by 4. 2 by 9 into 0, 0. 2 by 9 into 9 by 2, 1. Whatever it is, 4 divided by 4. If it is 10, divided by 10. 9 by 2, 2 by 9. Multiply or divide by 10. This keep as it is. Next, R2 9 by 2. 2 by 9 into minus 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. It is becoming minus 1 by 9. 2 by 9 into 1, 2 by 9. Okay, keep this as first step 1 0 1. Next step, this is has to be 0. Which position it is? R1 must change. R1 must change. How it is? R1 minus is it has to be 1 by 4. 1 by 4 R2. Be careful. Operation apply. R1 minus 1 by 4 R. R1 it is what? 1 minus 1 by 4 into 0. So it is 1. Next, R1 is 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 into 1. It is becoming what? 0. Next it is what? 0, 1. Keep as it is. Make the calculations very carefully here. R1 is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. R2 is what? Minus 1 by 9. Be careful. R1 is 1 by 4 minus to minus plus. So what happened? LCM 1 by 4 plus 1 by 36. LCM is what? 36. So 4 9. 9 plus 1. So 10 by 36. Then written as 5 by 2 pi 2 1 8. 5 by 18. So I hope you will get the idea. This is 5 by 18. Next, this is a 0. Observe, minus 1 by 4. R2 is 2 by 9. R1 minus 1 by 4 R2. This is a minus 2 1s are 2 2s are. This is minus 1 by 18. Minus 1 by 18. And this is a, keep as it is, minus 1 by 9. This is a 5 by 9. 2 by 9, something I did wrong. 4. Correct. No problem. Correct it is. So this is what inverse of a matrix. If it is I, therefore A inverse, you can write the matrix 5 by 18, minus 1 by 18, minus 1 by 9, 2 by 9. So this is a little bit complicated problem. The only thing in examination, if you are observing here in this case, both are even or both are odd except 1. If it is 1, it is good. If it is not 1, both are 1, both are odd means it looks like this much complication. Okay? If it is 1 even, 1 odd, it becomes so easy to calculate. One more problem, we will practice now. You will come to know the idea. I won't leave it because you have to practice more. I said in the first attempt only 5 to 6 problems. If you are practicing only the matter here, little bit calculation like this, you have to concentrate. Okay? If even I may also be wrong some of the time because of silly mistakes, minus plus also. So be careful. If you are doing the proper way, R1, R2, which position, just observe. Please look at this. 6 7 3 minus 1 2. If it is like this. Okay, no problem. Okay. So this is a question they have given. How to make what? Same operations you have to use. Slowly observe the point. This is 7 1 3 minus 2. This is identity 1 0 0 1. This is the A matrix. Next, what I will do? I have to make this is a 7 has to be 1. So 7. This is a 3. 7. If you want to make it is 1, 7 minus 6 only 1. Correct? So what happened? 3 it is. Not it is a 6. So I will make it a 6 for making use of this operation. R1 replaced with 1. R1 minus 2 into R2. 2 into 3, 6. Subtract it. 7 minus 6, 1. That is idea. Remaining we have to make calculation. This is 1. R1 minus 2 R2. Just observe. R1 minus 2 R2. R1 is 1 minus 2 R2 below that minus 2. So this is becoming what? 5. Be careful. R2 not changed. Keep as it is. Here R1 changed. You have to make use. R1 it is 1 minus 2 R2 below that 0. So 1 minus 0 it is 1. Next R1 0 minus 2 R2. R2 it is 1 here minus 2. So this is minus 2. R2 not changed. So keep as it is R2. First step over. Second step, if you can make use of the way in the last problem I did, 7 has to be 1, R1 replaced by 1 by 7 R1. If you use this step, it becomes so complicated. Okay, but you can do it, no problem. First, instead of this operation, R1 replaced by 1 by 7 R1, if you try, you will get 1. The elements in it becomes fraction, 1 by 7, 1 by 7. It becomes complicated. That's why I will avoid that thing. If both are 1, both are odd, then only I will use that point. If it is like this possible way, you can make use of that. Next, what I have to 0. Which element? R2, it is 3. It is in R2. R2 replaced by R2 minus 3R1. 3R1. So R1 not changed. 1, 5 observed. R2 is what? R2 minus 3. R1 is what? Below, above that, it is R2 minus 3R1. I will write roughly. R2 is 3 minus 3 into 1. It becomes 0. This is 0. Minus 2 minus 3 into R1 becomes, it is 5. So what happened? Minus 5 by 3 is 15 minus 70. I hope you will get it. Minus 70. Very big number. 7 minus 14. Right, correct it is. Next, this is a R1 change. No, R1 not change. 1 minus 2. R2 change. R2 change. Minus 3 into 0. 0. Minus 3 into R2 minus. I have to write it. Sorry. R2 is what? 0 minus 3. R1. Above that it is 1. So 0 minus 3 minus 1. This is 0 minus 3 minus 3 it is. Next, 1 minus 3 R1. R1 above that is minus 2. So what happened? 1 plus 6. It becomes 7. This is A. 1, 0. This has to be 1. Same operation. You can predict the answer. R2 replaced by minus R2 by 70. If it is 10, R2 by 10. If it is minus 10, minus R2 by 10. So keep the operation. Be careful. The number is big. 1, 5, 0. Minus 1 by 17 becomes 1. And this is here also same thing. 1 minus 2. Minus into minus plus 3 by 17. Minus into plus minus 7 by 17. Next, what I have to make the use 1, 0, 1. This has to be 1. So what happened? This has to be 0, sorry. R1 replaced by R1 minus 5 R2. R1 minus 5 R2. Be careful. R1 minus 5 R2. So R1 change. R1 minus 5. 1 minus 5 R2 is 0. 1 it is. R1 is 5 minus 5 into 1. It is a 0. Next R1 is 0 minus 5 R2 means R1 yes R2 means R1 over sorry R1 over R2 keep as it is. And next R1 here operation. R1 is 1 minus 5 R2. R2 is 3 by 17. Be careful. 17 is LCM. 17 minus 5 3s are 15. So 17 minus 15 it is becoming what? 2 by 70. 17 minus 15. 2 by 70. This is what? 2 by 70. Next it is minus 2. 5 R2. R2 is 7 by 17. So LCM is 17. 17 2s are minus 34. Minus 5 7s are something we did wrong. 35. This has to be something that I did wrong. It has to be 1. 1 means sign mistake I did. I have to verify it now. R1 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2. Correct. Minus 2. 35. This is something wrong. Minus 5 R2 minus 7. Right out. R1 is minus 2. This has to be plus or minus 7 plus 7. Right, sorry. Minus into plus, minus. I did wrong here, sorry. Minus 7 by 17. So it becomes what? Minus 7 by 17, minus into minus plus, minus 34 plus 35 become 1 by 17. So this is 1 by 17. So 3 by 17 minus 7 by 17 into I. So we got identity. Therefore, this is the A inverse. Answer is 2 by 17, 1 by 17, 3 by 17 minus 7 by 17. This is the answer. Okay. I hope you got the idea. If you are practicing more problem, you will come to know clear idea. And one more point, it is very important that possibly they may not in the examination. If you are doing operations like this, that entire, if I taken this example, if I did operation, if I got this, both are zeros. If entire row becomes 0, then stop there as R2, as elements of R2 are zeros. Therefore, A inverse does not exist. You have to write like this. A inverse, it is not there. You can't find the A inverse. Okay? If the entire column becomes 0 also, you can write like this. Okay? Possibly, if you take one example, you will come to know 3, 5, 2, 10, 1. If you make use of this 1, 2, 4, yes. If you practice, take this example and find the inverse, you will get one complete row or one complete row as zeros. Then stop there and write like this. Cannot proceed like that. Continue. You don't want to continue there like this. Just stop there only. If you are practicing this question, you will come to know the clear idea. So very important thing is what? I already said 1 0 1 0. This is the point you have to make use. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. Okay. So if you are not getting, just observe repeatedly. Observe first question what I solved, second question what I solved. Just practice that thing. You will come to know the clear idea about finding the inverse by using elementary operations. But be careful. Only the simple calculation becomes very complicated here. Like what I did, if I did minus 7 by 17, instead of that what I did 7 by 17, if you forget the sign also, at the end answer will be different. Okay, so this is an idea how to find the inverse of a matrix by using elementary operation. This is probably for 3 marks question, very important. In the previous year, almost if you observe the previous question papers, you will observe the questions like this. Okay, you can take your own examples and you practice like this. You will come to know how to find the inverse of the matrix. Just practice is very important. This has to be 1, this has to be 0, 1, 0. This has to be 1, this has to be 0. How I have to make use of operation in the first example, second example, third example. Observe the points. How I have taken, you will come to know the clear. Okay, this probably here what I conclude that today's class I will conclude my chapter, that is matrices. Today it will be over for getting the clear idea about simple calculations. Very easy. The matrix multiplication becomes a very important concept in this chapter. You have to learn. In that you will get 5 marks question, and 3 marks you may get the finding the values of x and y. You may get the finding the values of matrices x and y, or some of symmetric and skew symmetric problems. And this is a inverse of a matrix and theorem. In the last class what I discussed is very important for 3 marks. So from these things you will get 1 question 3 marks. And next 1 mark question I discussed very important thoroughly. So it may be changed anyway, but almost what I discussed will be the important for 1 mark question. in the annual examination. I hope you will get the clear idea about the inverse of the matrix. I will conclude my chapter. Thank you.